Hello, I'd like to give you a tour, and I'd like to have you follow me up here a little ways. In 1983, I came in here with my Chevy dump truck, almost 29 years ago, and I was going to stay 1 week and make a little 8-foot monument for Jesus. Well, 29 years later, I'm still here, and I'd like to show you around. As you walk up here, you can see the yellow brick road. It goes all the way to the top. I'd like to show you that and have you walk all the way up. But first, I'd like to show you in here. I spent about 14 years in here, and I'd like to show you in there first, okay? There, I'd like to start the tour here. 14 years ago, my little Toyota car and I brought all these sticks out in the desert. And I made a truck tire tree in here. I made it with a tire. I'd like to show it to you. Follow me in here about 10 steps. This here is the truck tire tree. See how it looks like a stump? 10 car tires full of wet adobe. I poked sticks into the adobe and it hardened in like a cement block. And it's been there 12 or 14 years, tougher than a boot. And I found all the material out in the desert. And people like my little tree, so I made a big tree in here. I'd like to have you follow me in here. This here is a tractor tire tree. The bigger the tire is, the bigger the tree. And I found every stick out in the desert. Every car window came from the desert. And people seem to like my tractor tire tree. And it's been there maybe 14 years more or less. And it's been through earthquakes and rainstorms and floods and everything else. And it's never cracked a bit so far.
That's amazing. So
it's tough. And all the windows you see up in there, I found out in the cars in the desert. And almost everything in here is out in the desert. Wow. And I have fun putting it together. I've got come-alongs, 4 ratchet come-along. That's how I get the sticks up in there. And I can almost make 1,000 flowers in one day when the adobe's just right, by hitting a wet adobe and then painting them. Takes a long time to paint them, but yeah. I have a lot of fun getting things out in the desert.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it really is.
I'd like to show you a little more if you want.
Sure.
I made that flower archway, and I think I got over 600 or 700 flowers in everything, because it's fun to make the flowers, and it toughens in like cement. That's the main thing. And the whole mountain gives me the clay. Did you by any chance happen to see that Into the Wild movie?
We did, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'd like to show you something that happened in there that kind of helped the mountain.
Sure.
And I'd like to show you that all the cameras come in from foreign countries. They almost all want to take a picture of my bluebirds. And you can see about 17 bluebirds up there. And if you want to stroll up here with the camera and take some pictures, go ahead.
Where'd you get those windows from?
Huh?
Where did you get those windows from? Where did you get those windows from up there?
Oh, the birds you mean?
Yeah.
I just take a window putty gun and just make a bird and paint them.
Oh.
It's like putting a name on a frosting of a cake. Very easy to do, yet everybody seems to like it. So I show people my bluebirds flying around. And if you want, you can walk in there more. And
So now what exactly inspired you to come here and do
50
all of this?
years. I've been 50 years wanting to work for God. And if you're on the internet, I'd like to have you push Salvation Mountain, and it goes right to my beginning. And I'd like to talk about it and have you look on the internet and see what happened. But 50 years ago, God touched me hard. And I've been trying to love God since a lot. And the whole mountain and everything in here is built on just me 50 years of my life wanting to work for God. And I had no education whatsoever. I can't do anything. Yet I've loved God for 50 years, and look at the trees that I put in there without knowing what I'm doing. And I would rather have you look on the internet and get a story on it more. And the reason is, if I have 35 tours a day, and 25 of them want to hear about the mountain, and 25 don't, and you get all confused. So I like it when the young kids are coming in like you, and you want to find out what's happened, you can push it on the internet. Okay?
Okay.
But I'll tell you one thing, God really loved me 50 years ago more than he should have, and I want to love him back. In my saying now to almost all the churches in the world, God loves everybody he ever made. God is a universal love. He loves everybody, so keep it simple. Let's not get complicated. And that's my message. And I hope to God you that registers with you. And I'm glad you came by with your cameras, because it's the young people, and the attitude is, if we ought to love God and just keep it simple, is a good attitude.
It is.
And people are loving me a lot for that. And I'm loving people all over the world. Thanks for asking me that. I'd like to show you the yellow brick road. You can walk up if you want to.
Sure.
Well, there's a yellow brick road. If you want to take this stuff off, I don't go up there.
Okay.
I turned 78 years old, and for me to go up there, say 75 times with every tour, I'm just plain too old.
Okay.
But I'd love to have you take pictures of it, and
Well,
I'll see you when you come down.
We went up there already and we videotaped.
You went up there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, we won't have to do that then, okay? And that's about the tour that I like to give.
Okay.
And I like it when the people like the idea of keeping love simple. We don't need a master's degree to talk about Jesus. Keep it simple. That message is what's going to help more than anything. Okay?
Okay.
That's great.